It is always a terrific and very productive engagement with parents here at MVS. Periodically, when we meet, learn and relearn new concepts that have come with the new curriculum. Today, we had a very productive session with grade 4 parents, and indeed, the meeting was such interactive. Parents have come to learn as we also continue together with this journey of familiarizing ourselves with the new curriculum. Indeed, we find these sessions productive, and it's not only organized for one grade, it is done periodically for different levels so that we get the awareness and move together with this journey of the new curriculum. We welcome you every time we come, parents, so that we can learn and relearn as we walk together this journey of education, which involves the three of us.
So good afternoon. I'm Jerry Gashero. I'm a parent to Francis Derito in grade 4 Peace. Francis is new in this school. He just joined this term. I'm very grateful because he's blended in very well. He loves the activities at school. He's blended in with the teacher and the students, and he loves his environment. Personally, I'm very grateful for this session. I wouldn't say that I'm those ignorant parents about CBC. I've been making effort to learn from other people, but I really appreciate because I have had a lot of eye-opener. Especially, I wasn't very sure about the genesis, but I'm glad I can see that CBC is inclining to other programs, even what they do in the international schools, which is very practical based. For me, that one I appreciate. I'm very supportive. I have embraced CBC on a personal level. My son enjoys the activities. He also especially enjoys the outdoor activities. I think he's very glad that they don't spend all the time in class. He loves the activities. He loves going to the field and all those exposures that they are having. And that one I appreciate. I also like, as a parent, the fact that now this is a 3-tier. For sure, in the previous systems, we had abandoned that to the school, which was not very positive. So I am happy to have participated in this meeting. I have learned a lot. I have further exposure. I think I'll also do more research. I'll engage more with my son and even the neighbors, and especially that element of teamwork that is being instilled very early amongst the children. I think that's a problem we have in the society of self-centeredness. So the early they begin, the better it is for us as a community, as a nation, and everything. I really appreciate that element of community service. I did the very early system of the grade 7, and I can say for a fact we used to do a lot of activities away from home and away from school, which were focused on the community. So for me, it is just going back to where we were. And even we say in my mother tongue that the most important ingredient in the community is the people. So when we train the children early to embrace everybody in the society, to do those activities, and learn to stretch out a hand to other people, some who are less fortunate than they are, some who are their peers, some who are older and younger, by undertaking those community activities, that is very good. I like the element of digital literacy. Some of us have had to self-teach ourselves, but we can't wish away digital literacy and technology. So that one is very key. I also like the element of CBC that nobody will get lost. All of us were not good. For example, I wasn't good in physics, but I had to do it. Even today, I remember very retro. But I like the idea of aligning children with their capabilities and their talents, and getting the nurturing from the facilitators, from the community, and from the families at large. So for me, I still feel I know everything. Even in our own personal goals, we keep remodifying and reviewing them. So even with the review of CBC and improvement, I am very sure we are headed somewhere, and I'm sure the government wishes as well. And I am also very glad to also be back in Mountain View School because my older children started here, and this is our last born. Thank you very much.
I thank God for this session that we just had here on this Saturday. I thank God for the managing director because we had our parents coming here, and being CBC, it's a curriculum that involves parental involvement, and I'm so glad that our parents came here and they embraced the session. I'm so happy that they were able to ask questions. We were able to exchange our thoughts and minds, and it was so much needful for our children. I'm sure that with the future, with coming future, we are going to produce a very holistic and all-round learner because our parents are ready to help. They are so much eager to learn the CBC curriculum, and the teachers too are here to support our children and the parents, and that will bring a very wonderful generation in future. So we are going to lift the CBC banner high and help our children to be the best that they can be. Once again, I really thank the managing director for this wonderful and awesome activity, and we are just requesting for more and more for a better future. Today also was a very important meeting, orientation meeting, because it's actually transition from, remember our structure is 2633, so we are now, the grade 4s are now coming to upper primary, where we are preparing them for KIPSEA that will be done in grade 6. So it was very important to prepare the parents for what awaits them in future, and they have really loved it, and we're thankful for that.
But then about a new government coming and another one changing and all that, I would say already we had the other government. Remember, the competence-based curriculum will not just say that began just the other day. It is a process. It has been a process. It's not that the information maybe is not available, but I will encourage us that we can check on the Ministry of Education website and the KICD website to get much information on the changes that are there. But maybe the history is not giving much information, and therefore we'll ask, you're shaking your head, that means that you have tried to check, you're not getting information. So forums that are schools organized like this, teachers can be able to assist the parents to understand this new curriculum. It's completely new, and therefore many are confused and all that. Maybe today what we have shared, there's something new you've got. Now you're looking at this curriculum from a different perspective. So such a kind of forums definitely will be able to help us to understand this more. There is a task force that was formed. Immediately the new government came in. Yes. Remember, we were to have this to be domiciled in secondary school, the junior secondary and all that. But since CBC was still in the process, so it was easy to start a task force. You can review a curriculum after every 5 years, not to change it completely, but to see what needs to be adjusted. So the task force which went around I know many of us maybe didn't have an opportunity to give our views and ask the questions. But there are quite a number of parents who expressed their views. There are a number of bodies that took their views there. The task force has not given a final report. We got preliminary report to domicile it in primary schools, but it was not scrapping what? The competence-based curriculum. Remember, people who have been in this task force are professional, educationists. With us, we may be looking at from another angle. Where are we? What are the needs of our society today? Therefore, we must be able to give an education that can be able to satisfy our needs now. And therefore, as you can see, as much as the other government leading campaign was saying maybe it may not be there, but when you sit down and internalize and look at it, you realize that this is what our parents, these our children need in the time now, in the 21st century. So chances of scrapping may not be there, but improving on it. And therefore, I will just say that the final report on the task force will be out actually at the end of towards early April, and therefore it will give answer all the questions, all issues. What you have raised was raised. We don't want to give the answers now. The report will be out. How the senior school will be, what the role of the parents and all that. But you heard the president say, find time for your children, find time. He also does find time for her daughter, or his daughter, sorry. Therefore, we will be able to get the final on much information on the competence-based curriculum that the task force will be raising, same with the issues that you've raised. But then for equipping the parents, I've just said, parents meeting and all that, meeting subject teachers. You've had French. French was not there, maybe you never did French in high school, but we have a teacher of French who is doing it here in school. Can we meet with these teachers and find out what is it that they're learning? Science and technology, we never had, but now it used to be science, but now there is technology. Why science and technology and not science? There is coding in it. Can we meet with this learning area teacher or facilitator? The word teacher will still be used as a title, but their role when they get in class is what? Facilitation. That's why they have introduced themselves as facilitators. The role where the teacher knew everything is gone. Now the teacher has to go in class and get the knowledge, share with the learners, and build it from there. So meeting learning area teachers or subject teachers will really help us to understand. Having meetings on this, and we encourage the school to still provide forums like this for us to understand. And at the end of it, we'll all be able to understand. We will agree that today, for those who have traveled out of this country, you will all agree in this room that we must change our education system. The approaches of 844 may not be able to take us far. The approaches of memorizing and doing theory in class may not take us far. We need to get into what is required now, and the practical approach, learners acquire the 21st century skills. Then how we approach it and all that is another question. Are we ready for that? We may not be ready, but we must start somewhere. There is no day that a Kenyan will say, we are now ready for competence, we start. We must start and then gradually build on it. The curriculum is visionary in this sense. It may not be able to achieve everything right now. There is swimming, and Mwalim spoke about the learners. Where is swimming now? You're saying learners to learn swimming. How can those in the far from Kidrukana learn swimming? It is visionary. It is deliberate. It's in the curriculum designed deliberately. Why? Then somebody will be able to provide it. If we don't put it in the curriculum design, if it's not a requirement, nobody will make an effort to do it. If there is a politician today who will walk out there when they go to the rural areas or in their constituency, they first ask, what is the ground? What does the ground say? Ground hapa inasema CBC utupe. Ama ground hapa inasema. Now when they will be going back, the ground will be saying this. The ground, hii new curriculum, inataka watoto wa swim. Na unajua nini mheshimiwa? Hatuna nini? Swimming pool. So somebody will provide that. So it was visionary and deliberate that now county government, the central government will be able to start providing this because the curriculum does what? Requires it. But if we don't do it, nobody will make a deliberate effort. Nobody will do anything to provide that need because it's not what? Required. And there's no day we'll say we have swimming pool for all primary school to start. We start now and eventually we'll be able to get there. Visionary and all that. Therefore, dear parents, there is more report that will be coming. There will be slight changes on the new curriculum as we move on. We had an opportunity to share our views. Probably we didn't have that time to go and share. Those who shared on our behalf, the changes will be able to come. But at the end of it is to identify and nurture this learner's talent and equip him with the 21st century skills. We are taking them to school. Remember, we are training them in school for careers or jobs do not exist today. Do you know when we were in school, there are careers today that were not there? But were you prepared to take these careers? We are preparing these learners for careers that will not be there tomorrow. Therefore, the only thing that we can be able to make them to be critical thinkers and problem what? Solvers, regardless of where they go. They communicate effectively, have digital literacy, okay? Be good citizens, okay? And have that learning to learn. Have self-efficacy, believing in themselves. Those who have succeeded, believe in themselves. That's why we have politicians who never went to school and all the some didn't score, but if they believe in themselves, they have achieved it. Toto from where? What competence does she have? Self what? Efficacy. I believe in myself, and our learners must be able to have that. So in our curriculum, what we're teaching, in a class when we teach them on camp, we give them an opportunity to do a presentation on their own. Individual. They can learn as a group, but they can do individual what? Presentation. What are we trying to give them? Self-efficacy. Believing in what? In themselves. That kumbe naweza. And through that, in life, regardless, when they get the 7 competencies, they can be successful and well. So, the funding, the process, and all that, more information will be coming. But the little that you can get on the internet, kindly get it. The teachers have had, the head and the deputy will be able to provide more forums to equip you with what you require. Thank you so much.